I was brought to this organization through my work with the Global Grandmothers Council Network, which is a program of the nonprofit organization I co-founded called Peace Production. And there is only one peace to produce, and that's in the heart of humanity. All of the work that I've done through my career has been through building community, bringing people together around a common goal, a united purpose. And it is my joy and my privilege to be bringing many groups together through this specific avenue of the International Women's Day Conference. Working in community building requires an individual to know who they are and what they're bringing to the community before they begin acting and serving in that community. Sometimes we see a need and just jump right up and say, I'm going to go meet that need. And that's all good and fine. But if we're trying to really build a lasting community effort, it's going to take some personal retrospection, because peace really is an inside job. And as I discovered who I am, I found that there were 12 dimensions of myself that needed to harmonize, that were in my core because of the world that we live in and the programs and systems that we are born into. There's conflict. And when there's conflict in the world, you can usually find where it resides within you. And my journey was to go within. I went inside to know myself and to know that divine connection that I have within, so that I can be free and clear to bring that wisdom out, to share it with the world. So the 12 around one pattern, sacred geometry pattern that's seen in many cultures around the world. Jesus had 12 apostles. There were 12 tribes of Israel. And I see that as an energy of the masculine seed that gets planted within us. And when we harmonize those 12, then we actually merge and become the 13, which is the feminine number. So we take from the seed to the flower with the 12 around 1 to the 13. What these 12 lenses of perception are that we each individually can have and can see through. It's like you see life through these different lenses, and then you come to understand more about who you are. The lenses that I've discovered are spirit. Who am I? My I am presence is my highest and best form. Ego. Why am I? Our personality reveals itself through the ego. The mind. What does this mean? More than the brain, our mind is the problem solver. Action. This is the masculine energy. What do I do? Masculine energy informs the steps I take toward my goals to define the future. Source. The source of all life. We are all connected. We are all one species, sourced from the same life force energy that animates everyone and everything. The DNA. Our ancestors are within us. The programming, genetic structure, physical substance that governs our physical form. Earth, Mother Nature, the planet that we are here on, this living being, that we are a part of that system, our connection with all other species and the planet herself. Here we find harmony between plant, animal, mineral, and elemental realms within our own being. Our soul. This is our lineage. Our soul journeys are beyond just the physical. Many of us feel a relation to lineages in myth and culture that have nothing to do with our ancestral physical body energy. Then we come to our emotions, our feelings. These are the force that determines our responses to and interactions with others. And then the feminine, the receiving energy. What is mine to receive? Do I receive everything that comes at me in this world? And as we're being bombarded with news and wars and, what's mine to receive? Power, life force, the prana that's in the air, that our breath gives us our very life. And finally, our aura. The aura, I see you. The energy that extends beyond our body goes before us in all interactions in the world. The size, color, and feelings of our aura determine how others receive us. So in our human experience, energies get distorted, and the 12 aspects of our own being are not always working together as would be ideal. Because perhaps our thought patterns, our belief systems, our judgments, pollutants, toxins, disease, and a variety of forms of post-traumatic stress, whether from this time and space, dimension, or another, we get a dissonance rather than clear communication between the individual lenses of perception. So this helps us really, know thyself. We think we know who we are. Do we really? We really must know ourselves. And then once we know who we are, we can take a look at our community. We can look at the relationships and the people that we work with and do business with. We can see a need in the community and choose how we might be able to meet that need. I've found that this 12 around one pattern, when you talk about it as community, I originally learned from Barbara Marx Hubbard's work, Wheel of Co-Creation. Through the years, it expanded and grew, and that's how anything that's alive is it grows. And to me, they became community spheres of influence, that there are 12 spheres of influence in a community that when they work in harmony will build systems and structures that will survive and thrive and grow. So now we've looked at our own self to harmonize our own 12 perspectives, to become that one in the middle that grows and thrives and blooms. And we've mapped our community and discovered what's here, what's not here, where do we need to bring things in, what do we need to find, what resources, what actions need to come in to meet the needs that we see in our community. And then we get to choose how we serve in community. And I think of it like a garden. There's a time to till, there's a time to plant, there's a time for the sun to shine down upon our work. There's a time to tend it. There's a time to nourish it. There's a time to prune back what needs to be trimmed off. There's a time for harvest. Then we sort it. We prepare. Then we serve people. We save what's not served. And then we rest. The beauty of this 12 around one pattern and using it in our inner self, in our community, and in the way that we serve really brings harmony. It brings a sense of completion, a knowing that what we're doing will last and grow and nourish all the future generations. And we can come together, heart to heart, hand in hand, all across the land for the greater good of all.